Hey, folks, this is Lonzo, the Godfather of West Coast Hip Hop, and the co-host of the Legendary Connects. On the phone is my partner in crime, my partner in rhyme, the fabulous non-surgeon Dr. Dre. What's up with you, Dr. Dre?
I am also known as Hot Dr. Dre,
Hot Dr.
Blistering Dr. Dre,
Oh, that
Sweating Dr. Dre,
funky
Heat
Dr.
Dr.
Dre.
Dre.
I know you got to be funky Dr. Dre too, damn it. All that heat you talking about. I see my man Marlon Cozy in the house. What's up, big Marlon? But Miss B is over in the dugout. Let me see what she's talking about right quick. See if her sugar daddy paid her bill this week. What's up, baby?
Hey, how are y'all?
We sounding good. We looking good. You looking good over there. I see you got Jesus in the background. Oh, you might have a good show today. You got little Jesus on your left side, and that's a good thing.
Don't forget I'm a preacher's kid.
Oh, that means you a freak. I mean, anyway, let me stop. Oh Lord, don't forgive me.
Dude, you can't just jump into that. You got to get into that. Slow down.
Yeah, see,
It's too hot.
Preachers' kids, Catholic school girls, they ain't to be trusted. They ain't to be messed with.
Excuse me?
You get something on your ass that you can't get off.
Excuse me? I'm just letting everybody know.
We started this. I'm gonna jump in, but he started it. Go ahead.
Preachers' girls, preachers' kids, and Catholic school girls are a
Because
mess.
if you're gonna jump on up being a preacher's kid, what do you say about the one and the only Mr. 12 Kids Plus?
Who?
You know what I'm talking about?
Nick Cannon?
Yes.
Oh shit! His perfect example of what I'm talking about. Perfect example.
I just don't understand what y'all are getting at.
Y'all know
I think Nick can do it because he can afford to do it.
Oh yeah.
And that's a blessing to him if that's what he wants to do. My thing is, it's great to bring him to the earth, but then the other 21 years, as we got to guide them as a parent, that's when you're going to show who you really are.
He can hold a seminar, a webinar.
You know, he probably happy to. Your daddy is worth all the money Nick Cannon's worth. Unless you got some baby mamas that's getting some real exorbitant money. And then here's what a lot of people forget. Okay, if the mama is on some flossy bullshit and she spend up all the money on the 18th birthday, life gonna change. Okay, if the mama oh man, don't get me started on the child support thing. I've always felt that child support, there should be a certain percentage of child support put away for the child's future. It should not be at the discretion of the mother to spend all that money and the child turn 18 and possibly be a pauper, can't go to school, got to go to the daddy for schooling. If you're getting over 10 grand a month for child support in California, 20%, something needs to go to a fund for the child. So when they turn 18, 21, whatever the number is, they can be able to start their lives and continue their lives in the way they've been raised. To give somebody $200,000 a month and then the kid turn 18, they don't get no more money. Oh no, that ain't that.
Well, that brings me to what Kevin Costner's fighting his soon-to-be ex-wife, where he's like, I'm not paying that in child support. I pay over the top of child support. They could stay with me, and you don't live in my lifestyle. I don't live in your lifestyle. You're trying to live in my lifestyle. You signed a prenuptial agreement. You're trying to stick around. Pack your bags. It's time to go. I'll take care of the kids. And I think you have a point where you say, if you take that kind of money and he puts it in a trust for his kids,
right,
and he says, I'm willing to pay this, then you don't live in my lifestyle. Because when they come to my house, they get what they want in my house. When they go to you, you live in your lifestyle, what you make. And now she's like, oh, if you do that, I'm going to owe you money for the lawyers and the divorce, bro. That's what you signed up for on that prenuptial.
Right.
It's just if the two parents are raising the kids equally, especially with those kind of numbers, I think you have a good point. Put this money aside so the kids, and then make the kids learn how to work their money. Not just give them a blank check. Say, here's an accountant, here's a bookkeeper. Let us teach you how to budget. Let us teach you how to live in your lifestyle. Because when you give them that money's going to make interest.
Right.
Especially in a trust fund, it's going to gain money.
Right. You know, and I think that probably one of the worst things they can do is make that situation totally unaccountable to the mother. Mother ain't got to account for shit. If you say Johnny got piano lessons, archery lessons, ice skating lessons, play soccer, go to school, clay.
She should have to submit those invoices to the court or to the
No,
accountant and bookkeeper. No. And it gets paid directly to the people that you're saying you're giving the money to.
Well,
this is why you're not. It's no longer a pass. It's no longer here's money and you get to do what you want with it.
I've watched this happen on several occasions. Mamas went down to sign the kid up for all these different classes. The kid theoretically don't have time to do all this shit after school. It's only so many hours after school between homework and any activities. You can't do 3-4 activities at one time. But I've seen a case personally. Mama up close and personal, piano lessons, soccer, clean, baseball league, clay, archery, whatever. Okay, all this is going down. Got the child support up to a certain number. Then after we went to court, canceled all that shit. Kept the money though.
But that's why. See, I think we're saying the same way.
Saying the same thing.
We're saying the same thing, but different ways.
Right.
The point is, if you want to log your kid up in the 24 activities, sure. Every time they go to the activity, it has to be signed up on. Then the court writes the check directly to the person having it be signed up for.
Now,
and eventually, when the kid doesn't show up and that signature doesn't hit the invoice, that money doesn't go there. Here's your money to survive. This is it.
That sounds real good, Doc. But somebody got to keep track of. That's a whole nother department. Just on the.
That's what I just said. What did I just say? An accountant and a bookkeeping department for.
Okay.
Man.
That's a business.
Okay.
That's a business.
That's a business that needs to be an outsourced business that has to be co-founded by child support and the county and the.
But that's who it goes through child support.
Child support does not operate like that.
Dude,
like that.
Dude, you have some
whole day in here before all that happened.
You'd have a bunch of a whole bunch of French refined hair being pulled out on the courthouse behind that, something like that. What? I can't. No, yeah, you got to do this right here. And that's what I'm saying is, and what you're saying and what I'm saying is, take the hustle out of child support. That's it. That's the ultimate hustle.
And that's make the child support work for the child. And if the mother wants to go spend thousands and thousands of dollars on a beautification, that doesn't go through the child. You don't receive a dime for the child. You receive your money for if you're, and it's based on a system. Well, if you're at the mother's house 5 days out the week, and you go to the father's 2 days, that's a budget program. There's a balance. No. So when they're at the father's,
nice. That ain't happening.
It sounds good. It sounds great, Doc.
It ain't happening.
But that's what we're suggesting. We know that's not what exists because there's too much greed in the country, on the planet, and this is where we stand. That's why none of this makes sense. So you're willing to tell people that women that they can't have an abortion, but you're not willing to actually structure child support to fit them. So if you want to go off and have 11 kids with 6 different guys, not a problem. Not a problem. You get no more money for that except when you take care of the kid. The moment the kid changes hands and everything has to be now documented, everybody walks around with a cell phone. So when you pick up the kids, they got to log in, whether they're a baby or a teenager.
Okay.
And
but just when
they leave, Bernadette, let me finish. When they leave, they log out, they go to their father. That clock ticks. And that becomes the budget. And it ends all, because now we have the technology to actually do this. You don't need, we got to send a social worker. We got some shit. If that kid don't log in on your phone and you had him for 4 days, oops, you messed up. You don't get accounted for it.
Hey,
and that's it.
Hey, sounds good. Bernadette?
The average child support is, don't let this go to y'all head and try to get these to happen, is $430 a month. The according to the Census Bureau. So all of that ain't necessary. Nobody's gonna do that for $430 a month average.
Well,
And
you know
then
what?
it's $500.
And again, what I said was anybody getting over 10 grand need to be more accountable. That's what I
10
said.
grand, folks need to get their
10 grand. If a woman getting 10 grand a month for child support, we need to have
rental assistance out of the Philippines or something.
we need to have we need to have some accountability where all this money is going. And why the child need $300,000 a year, a month, or $20,000 a month, and especially if you're not a special needs child, I don't understand that. Why you need all that money for that kid? Why is none of my kids cost me 15% of my income? Okay, and if they did because they was here, if I spent that much money, I could spend that on two of them because they both here. They get the same room, they get the same.
I got one for you.
Go
Alonzo. I know someone who was just dating this woman who had twins through in vitro fertilization. She was divorcing her husband. They didn't want to be together anymore, but she promised him to have another kid. So she went and in vitro the kid and got twins. The man never stepped up. He left. Those aren't my kids. You did that on your own.
Nope.
And now all she does is complain about the twins. Why would you do that to yourself when your other kids are grown? So you put yourself in a situation. So here's what I'm saying. This is the simplest. I mean, we make it seem like, oh, it's so easy. I'm not saying that. I'm saying to cut down all the family court back and forth and back and forth. It's time to bring in accountants, bookkeepers, and people that will take care of the money. So every week a mother would get their child support. So the father would never pay her. It would go through the court. She'd have to check in. And on Friday they would go, okay, so you had the kids, say, 75 hours for X amount of days. Father had the kid 50 some odd hours. This is this. So you should have a job, and he should have a job. And the thing is, now you don't have to say, oh, I can't go out and work. Well, you do a job in your home. You can lean your ass on the computer or lean your ass on your phone to be on social media, or lean your ass on the phone or your computer to do a job at home. And whatever you make, you still get, you pay your taxes, but you are responsible for this amount of money, he's responsible for that amount of money. And if he defaults, whatever he defaults, it builds up. So when you get a job that then shows that you're working, that immediately gets swiped off your dollars. And all the human interaction. Humans are not honest. The only thing that don't lie is numbers. 1 and 1 equals 2. 2 and 2 equals 4. Get rid of that. That's what Lonzo's saying. He's saying over 10,000. I'm saying take it from every place. This way the kids get the money in the long run. That's the bottom line. And do the same thing in the foster system so you can have a checks and balance from foster care. So if you got some crazy foster parents, they're doing something wrong, the kid can type in, hey, they're mistreating me. Hey, they're doing this. And the easiest way to get them to act straight, cut that money pipeline. And they'll be like, wait a minute. You cut off the money. Yep. You got complaints. We need to come sit down with you and figure this out.
All right.
I mean, this is the way we live today.
All right. Anyway, we live, folks. We are live. I got Bernadette in the house looking good. She got Jesus on the cross in the background. Drake is preaching from New York. And I'm sitting here.
I'm talking about Jesus.
All right. What we got, Bernadette?
Let's see. First, we can talk about we talking about baby daddies. Keke Palmer's boyfriend. I can't forget his name because his name is the same as my son's name, Darius.
His name is Darius. Darius.
I know, so I can't forget it. Otherwise, I would only know Keke Palmer's boyfriend. Decided to tweet his objection to what she wore to Usher's concert in Las Vegas on her girls' trip. So the thing is, he tweeted it instead of texting and saying, I know your ass didn't. He got on Twitter and made it public business. And Black Twitter and all of Twitter is tearing him up because he's just a baby daddy. He never put a ring on it. or anything. He said, "You are a mom." Even though he did take a picture of her in a cat suit, bodysuit, where, he said, "My son gave her this," or something like that, her booty and all that stuff. So now everybody's telling him, well, putting him in his place, because that's Kiki. That's our, like, niece. But to put her on blast on Twitter about being a mom and how she was dressing was a little overboard. That's what everybody can't stop talking about. Some irrelevance
Wait a
saying,
minute.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Why is that irrelevant? Did she have a son or a daughter?
A son.
Okay. I don't know about this, but some sons, most sons are very protective of their mothers. Okay. It's real.
He's a baby though. He's a newborn.
Okay. He gonna grow up, and at some point, this picture gonna pop up again in his life, and he gonna wonder, why, Mama, why was you at the goddamn concert with your ass out?
Yep.
Women, a lot of mothers forget. They're so busy trying to get social
stay
media,
relevant, stay popular, stay in the
and
in
go
the
viral.
eye.
Go viral.
Mm-hmm.
They do any and everything to go viral. And yes, she has a nice butt, but you still somebody's mama, okay? And I've had this conversation before with women that I know that I be popping, blah blah blah. You got a son looking at you, and when he loses respect for you, you gonna wonder what happened. Then you gonna call his daddy trying to figure out, can you help me put this genie back in the bottle? He may get the genie back in the bottle, but it still won't be there for you. And that all that right there plays a factor. That plays a big factor in how your son grow up and look at you. Okay.
May I co-sign with you, Brother Williams?
Please do. Grab your pen, sir.
Okay. Let me co-sign, because when I heard this story the first time, I said, why are they jumping on him for voicing an opinion, even though he's online?
He didn't have to voice it on Twitter. He didn't have to voice it on Twitter.
Bernadette, let me speak, please. I said, why? Because he decided to go public with it.
Yeah.
And the thing is, if she's on stage with Usher and she knows she's inappropriately dressed, and this is the thing that got me, that so many people say, well, she makes the most money and he ain't got no right to do that. You trying to control her. And I'm listening to the commentators, the male commentators who are doing this, and I have nothing against people who are the LGBTQ community. That's their business. But the point is, like Alonzo just said, whether it be Kim Kardashian, Paris Hilton, I can go down a long list of these chicks that spread their legs to get their fame, popularity, and their money. But when their sons start to grow up and have to go through a huge group of other young men laughing and snickering at them, showing pictures of their mother, who are now, they're much older, but showing the younger pictures. Hey, man, your mom, you came out of this from your mama. Hey, that's your mama's boobs. Hey. It's like there is no lines anymore. And I know we're in the 21st century, and I just had this conversation with my brother. The morals and opinions of the 20th century, especially from a male perspective, are gone. Women make their own decisions and do what they wish to do. But what Kiki, and I don't think she'll ever change or think any different about it, because she's born of the generation of it. So until her daughter, if she has another child, starts dropping it like it's hot, when she's in her diapers, she won't understand what she's done to her son. Because even Ciara and what's his name's mom, is it Gabrielle Union, who's with the former basketball player, I believe her name is.
Right.
Or Gabrielle
Union.
Gabrielle Union. See, what we're not understanding is that everybody has a right to live their life. But as a parent, and when you were raised, your parents didn't do that.
All right.
Or maybe they did. We don't know.
I put the picture.
But
I put the picture up on the screen there for those who didn't see it already. She got an ass out like a bikini. Okay, Usher checking out the ass, and I understand how a brother can feel. It's not so much. It's one of them things. I don't know, man. It don't feel right. As the kids say, I feel some kind of way for the brother.
And he's got kids. Usher's got kids. That's the kind of thing you do You walk over there and say, hey, come on, bring it down a little bit. I like you. You're a beautiful woman. You're a talented lady. Showing your ass doesn't show me your talent. It just shows me.
I guess she figured if Lizzo can do it, she can too. She has a much
Well,
nicer butt.
again, Lizzo does it too. It's like this seems the only way of passage of talent now. Show it. Tell everybody. Do this. Tell them what you do.
Well, you know what, Dre? It's and here's the crazy part about it. People willing to support whatever somebody else want to do, no matter if it's right or wrong. And here's well, I say right or wrong, but in today's society, there is no right or wrong. Okay, whatever. That's
what I just said. The line is blurred. The line is gone.
Ain't no line. Yeah, you're right. Ain't no line. And you try you. It's how and wait. And here's the next thing: are we the only ones that don't have a line? So I watch videos from the Essence Fest. Okay, and the Essence Fest is always a classy event. Blah 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 blah. But they had a twerking class on the stage at the Essence event, at the Essence Fest. And Essence was always one of them black women's magazines that
with Susan B. Taylor, the former Susan B. Taylor, who passed away, I believe she passed away, and that you can look that up, was running it. There was a certain level of decorum, a certain level of we don't cross this. I know we're down here shaking it in New Orleans, but we're not going to put that on our stage. We're here to raise women's excellence. That's out the window now. That's gone.
Right.
It's gone. So you having twerking classes? Oh, well, that's normalized now. Yeah. Once you normalize, and again, this is nothing against strippers, exotic dancers, people who are in adult films, whatever the case. There's no line. All you got to do is go online. You can see everybody. And everybody will show it to you for a price. You can get what you want. It does not matter. And unfortunately, so now when you bring down, and I'm only saying his name out of respect, no disrespect. I don't care about the allegiances and all the other people in the clergy along with Reverend Al Sharpton, TDJ, and they all go on Essence Festival. How do you bring them to the room where they're twerking and say, hey, man, this is what we got our freedom for, so you can shake your ass? Oh, then you try to normalize it and make it seem like it's okay. So you explain the Essence Festival from where it began. Because I remember going to the first 4 of them down there, and it was like, yeah, okay. And all the arguing about why they did back then, they didn't want to have rappers on the stage.
All right, here I got a picture. I got a picture.
Now,
I got a picture of it on of some of the stuff that was going on, and the N.W.A. criticized the dancers at Essence Festival. Okay, I don't know, man. Are we the only ones that do this kind of shit?
Yes, because when you go to the country western award shows or their specials, they're not out there doing that. And again, I didn't see the BET Awards, so I can't claim it from a position of, I visualized that, but I listened to the complaints. I listened to some of the show. And the thing is, we're gone. We're like, look, I wouldn't be surprised if in the next 2 years, you don't walk in the BET Awards ass naked, male and female, just to prove a point. I can do it. I don't have a gender. I'm not a sexual, but you can't tell me what to do. I can't. I really cannot tell you what to do.
Right.
And then if you try to say, hey, we're going to get dressed up for this event, and we want to have this, and we want to have that, that's gone. There was an event in the Hamptons in New York this past weekend, what they call a white event, where everybody was dressed in white. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, what about it?
A lot of cuddling.
Excuse me?
I saw the video. What happened? What? Talk to me.
No, I'm trying to say, but you see the difference?
Oh, yeah.
The gentleman who formerly owned the 76ers, and he had Meat Mills there. He had DJ Khaled. Yeah, I'll go through the names of all the different folks that were there. Nobody was out there shaking their ass
Wait
and
a
showing
minute,
off like that.
but there was a lot of
Not that was reported.
Well, ain't those the type of events that you got to sign a DNA NDA?
Excuse me?
Aren't those the type of events that you have to sign an NDA to go to?
No, that they filmed the event. They
Ah,
filmed it to broadcast. I mean, to show it online because he's raising money. It's a fundraising event.
okay.
It's the hypocrisy of we don't know what where the line is drawn anymore. There is no line. I
Uh,
mean, take this event. Take this event that just happened in Las Vegas, where Britney Spears felt she had the right to put her hand on, I forgot the young man's name, the 19-year-old who's playing in San Antonio. He's a 7'4" guy. And the bodyguard slapped her hand away from him, and she smacked herself in the face and knocked the glass off. She took offense to that because she was speaking in a fake British accent. You still don't have a right to put your hands on that man. You can say, hi, I'm Britney Spears. I'd like to say hello and congratulate. What's wrong with using communication?
I don't know.
But this is where we are now. So now, if you breathe too hard at somebody, if you look with a strange eye, or if you make a comment, oh, Black Twitter's coming after you. Sorry, I don't get it. I don't get it. Oh, because you have a right to type in your basement? I don't want to control what Keke Palmer's wearing. Where's her mother? Where's her father? Damn, baby. Really? So we had you X amount of years ago. You have a child, and the first thing you need to do is show your ass? That's what you think? Oh, because you was a girls' night out? Again, when you think of yourself with no sense of excellence, you will do what everyone else does for that attention. So when the strippers now are the entertainers that take the full lead, I can't blame Keke Palmer. Nothing against strippers, nothing against exotic dancers, adult film stars, whatever you want to call it. There is no line. There is none. It's gone.
All right, Dre. Next story. I'm looking in the chat room. Somebody threw a cherry bomb in a guy's car, I believe. I saw this on YouTube. Blew the shit out this guy with a cherry bomb or M80. Blew the shit out the window, the door. This guy come out the damn. He just fell on the ground. It was horrible, and somebody thought it was funny. But what the average knucklehead don't realize is that a M80 is a quarter
It's a quarter stick of dynamite.
quarter stick of dynamite. Okay, and that shit is destructive. You can't. I'm trying to see if it's the same guy you talking about in the chat room. Him, a cherry bomb was equal to a quarter stick. No, that's not a cherry bomb, Doc. That's cherry bomb. Yeah, it's pretty. Cherry bomb is pretty. It'll blow up some shit. It'll blow up a mailbox. But a cherry bomb.
Any explosive. If you throw it in somebody's car, you don't know what's in their car.
Hold on. A cherry bomb will blow the door open on a mailbox. A M80 will blow the mailbox up. That's the difference. Okay. Homeboy's door flew open when this thing went off. All right. Now I'm looking to Marlon. Marlon said, but the way dude threw it, it looked like he had tied two together and cut the wicks. Okay. I'm gonna put that on the screen right there. Let me see here. Somebody else had something to say about that. And yeah, other brother says it looked like he threw it out of the truck, but it looked like a concussion grenade went off because it blew up some shit. I mean, it was smoke everywhere. Doors flew open. If y'all know any more about that, drop it in the chat room. I'd like to know. They said somebody said homeboy died. If this is the same dude, if it's the same guy, somebody in the chat room.
Well, did they catch the guy who threw it in the car?
Everybody probably knew it was. I don't know for sure, but everybody knew it was. They were sitting right there looking at him. Dude died. Plus, when the paramedics found him, both ears were bleeding. Okay, that's Marlon. Marlon dropped that story. Thank you very much, Marlon. Damn.
Oh.
I saw a lot of videos this weekend about fireworks folks taking some of them fireworks that kind of shoot up multiple skyrockets at one time, turned them into missiles. They grab them, they hold them, and they shoot them at people. Okay, I
heard about that.
I saw a dog grab a one of those same type of situations, knocked it over, had everybody running because the dog didn't know what it was. All he saw was the smoke. He's trying to save his people. He knocked it over, and this goddamn thing started shooting fireworks in every direction. It's first of all,
like a Roman candle.
Probably with a Roman candle. First of all, let me say this about fireworks. First of all, say about 4th of July. Fuck y'all celebrate.
Wait a minute, don't mumble that.
Say it out loud. What you celebrate?
Be proud, brother.
What you celebrate? You really wasn't free that. You wasn't free. The country got free. Your ass didn't get free for another, 50, 100 years, whatever it was. Second of all, I'm trying to understand why is it that we burned up so much money on the 4th of July? I mean, thousands of dollars. This year was probably the quietest 4th I've had in a long time. Because I even made a comment talking to me and Dusty on our show, and that usually right after my birthday, they start practicing for the 4th of July. It was very quiet up until about the 1st. The 1st started. Yeah, maybe so. On the 1st, I started hearing some shit. I mean, 1st of July, I started hearing some stuff, and 3rd it got pretty loud. 4th of July, it went down, but it didn't go down as long for where I live. It didn't go down as long as it usually does. Usually they go to 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'll put a Facebook post and tag it. Old man Williams, take your ass to bed. You out of matches or lighter fluid yet? Take your ass to bed. People got shit to do tomorrow. Old man Williams. But this time, about my neighborhood, by 11:30, they was pretty much 11:30, 12 o'clock. It was pretty much a wrap. That was the first time I could ever recall them being through. And even the 5th, I heard a few things, but nowhere near. It's like sometimes they go back and buy some more or find or save stuff for the next day to do it again the next day. But this year, it was a lot milder, along with the fact maybe it was because of the fact that somebody who was selling fireworks house went up in smoke and fire and flames and whistles, and this person's house blew up and fireworks. Yeah, the house somewhere in the valley, a house in the valley. Blew up. It blew up. I think it was a garage or something. Blew up. This fireworks was going everywhere. Okay.
That was the.
Can I jump in, Mr.
You got it,
Lonzo?
I'm quiet.
My fireworks didn't stop going off to 2:30 a.m. Because Bernadette tried to call me twice. I couldn't even pick up the phone. It was that loud around me. And every time it would start to die out, somebody else would go, I'm talking about, they were dropping M80s, cherry bomb, everything. You heard the Roman candles, because you heard the boom, 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 boom. And around me in New York, there's at least 20 different areas around me that you can watch fireworks. They go off, they start around 9:30. They roll by 10:30, 11 o'clock. Nope. These folks kept going till 2:30 in the morning, and somebody got up at 3:30 and said, I got one more firecracker.
Wow.
And I'm like, okay. And the next day, July 5th, oh no, we wasn't finished. We got to do it now till like 1. And I just sat there and said, wow.
That's crazy.
I mean, maybe I'm getting older. Maybe I don't know, but I'm like, damn. And sometimes some fireworks, and I gotta know the difference between a firework and a gun. Some of these characters are actually shooting off guns, like boom, 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 in the air. And I said, we're really at that place. Then in the morning when I got up, they said the gun violence in New York was out of control. Like 30 people had gotten shot, 5 or 6 people were killed by gun violence. Not even fireworks, just shooting at each other. You're shooting.
Yeah. I saw that. They were shooting fireworks at each other like they were playing paintball or some shit.
Yeah, it's like shooting.
You know,
I'm like, I don't get it. And the thing is, now it's like you don't even care who you're shooting. So you shot a 3-year-old. Oh, that's too bad. They shouldn't have been there.
Martin says the sparks from a Roman candle hurt like a mother. Been hit by one.
I was not that cousin. I stayed away from those cousins that played with those.
I saw a fool the other day on YouTube, on Facebook, on YouTube. This fool put a firecracker in his mouth and lit it. This goddamn camera like it was on fire. This fool that took a firecracker, stuck it in his mouth and lit it. That's when you need some attention. That's when you need a hug.
I had cousins like that, but like I said, I stayed away from them. But yeah, Jackson, Mississippi used to be lit like that too. And it's funny. I would look at everybody's post about shelter your animals and make sure they okay during the fireworks. I got this.
Yeah, because it kills them.
Oh, but yeah, but see,
they got those shit that you can put on the animal to calm them down. I don't know if they work, but
I didn't need that when I was, because my cat, he came off the streets of Jackson, Mississippi. He a little thug. What he did was go to sleep and bathe himself hearing, firecrackers and fireworks and gunfire. And I was like, that's crazy. The cat is used to all of this shooting and stuff. I'm embarrassed on my Zoom calls, and this kitten is used to all of the gunfire and stuff. But out here in the country, we don't have it and whatnot. So I didn't have to take all those precautions with the cat because he's a little thug and he's used to it.
Hey,
Shadow probably got his own fireworks. I'm just waiting for him to calm down.
He did. He probably was. He was not phased. He went to sleep and did everything else. And my nerves were wrecked by the shooting that was going on. Not the fireworks, but shooting. That's what they did in my neighborhood, my hood.
That's two things I never understood: shooting on New Year's Eve and fireworks on the 4th of July. This seems to me like that's that you just asking for a
weird. It was weird.
Problem, huh?
I said it was weird. Like I said, I was shook, but this little street cat thug of mine was not shook. But I'm not used to it. I'm not used to all of that. Tap, 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 tap. I was over here praying for rain, acting like I guess maybe a heathen. I was praying for rain so they would go inside. Yeah.
I ain't never known to rain on 4th of July. I cannot ever in my life recall it raining on 4th of July.
A little bit. You're right.
That ain't rain. I've never had a rained out birthday that I can recall.
Mr. Alonzo?
Yes.
You live in California. It never rains in Southern California.
They can take that as a rotation right there. That's some bullshit. It rained this ass off this year. Right now it's like.
Well, you just said in your birthday it never rained and it doesn't rain on 4th of July. I can believe that.
Look. I'm just saying.
He's trying to fix it now.
She's talking about rain. I just made a statement. I can't recall it rain on my birthday. It rained all in.
Like I said, I was wishing for rain. So ninjas can get their behind in the house.
Yeah.
I've been out here where it's poured rain on the 4th of July, and then when you get the pocket when the rain stops, they run out and light the fireworks, and then the rain will come back down, and they'll run back inside. Wait a little while. Okay, it's raining. Get back inside.
Right.
If you want to light them off, you're going to do it. But you know what they did in New York this year that they've been talking about for years? They send the unmarked cars down.
Yeah.
And when they see people coming back with New York plates from like Philly or Virginia or something like that, they pull you over. And if you got fireworks in your thing, they confiscate your car. And you get charged. So if you get caught bringing it into New York or New Jersey, they just take your car.
They did some shit this year. They rolled out a neighborhood and was jacking people for their fireworks and giving them tickets.
Yeah.
They was jacking. Okay, you're only gonna jack maybe one person per block. Okay, I guess you go down the streets who got the most stuff. You jack him, and then everybody else go in the house. But yeah, I saw a news report here in LA Well, they confiscated like I don't know 1,000 pounds of fireworks or something like that, and passed out all these tickets. Yeah.
Oh, we had that too. What you were saying about there was a guy in New York, out on Long Island. He had a whole house full of fireworks. I mean, I guess he'd been doing it and building them up all for the 4th of July. Was making a fortune. Something happened and messed up, and it caused a spark, and the whole crib went up.
Yeah. Yeah.
The whole thing went blue, 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 blue.
Now I got just the
People
opposite.
just sat around looking at his house where all the fireworks were going on.
I got just the opposite story. When I had my club on Avalon, the brother downstairs in the barbershop, he sold fireworks, and we had a party on the 1st of July, and somehow or another he had an open drain in this barbershop, and all this fireworks got flooded.
Yeah.
We almost got into a fight.
Dude.
I mean, everything got flooded. I mean, everything. He used to sell them big packages. That shit wasn't gonna go up if you threw it up in the air. Anyway, you're live with Lonzo, Miss
Well,
B.
since we're talking about fireworks,
Go ahead.
And Legendary Connects, Dr. Dre here. I got to ask y'all a question. I just want your opinion of it. Since Sunday, July 1st, we have had the hottest days on the planet, not the country, the planet. July 4th was recorded as the hottest day in history since they've been recording days. And up until yesterday, we've broken the record every day.
What you saying?
Not do you believe the climate change is real? What do you think we should do now? Are we in an emergency state? Or we just sit back and say, oh, everything will calm down. Don't worry about it. As we go into the hottest days of summer.
I don't know what to tell you, Doc, because the LA weather is so off kilter right now. It's like 70 degrees, 60 degrees outside, dude. 65, I think it is. Yes. Let me see what the sound is. Oh, sorry, 73 right now in LA. 73. And it's 5 o'clock. 73 at 5 o'clock right now.
I'm at 84. And humidity.
Let me see where I'm at. We've been having hot 90s and stuff. Feels like 103 and 106. That's what our temperature's been like.
Yeah, I heard Mississippi, Georgia, you guys are getting ready to get 115.
Feeling like 93 right now. So yeah, we had feels like 100 something, 105, 106.
Although I'm the AC under the studio, that's for sure.
Oh yeah. Oh, and speaking of Georgia, Atlanta has now been crowned the #1 hip hop city. What do y'all think? Atlanta.
I don't know if that's a good thing or not.
It's the
I don't know.
What does that mean?
Why is it #1? Because everybody moved to Atlanta?
Yeah, I guess so. That may be it, even though they got a lot of people in trouble, like Young Thug, Gunna, and all of them are, they've been arrested and whatnot, but still, that's our time. The times we're in, the #1 rap city that's in the top 10, their rap artists are actually, arrested and in trouble. Then comes New York, Chicago, LA, Memphis. What happened, CMT? Miami, Houston, London, Detroit, and Philadelphia.
You said what happens, who?
I said what happened, CMT, Country Music Channel. Memphis is #5 as a hip-hop city. Memphis. But Nashville, I'm sorry, it's not Nashville, so Memphis can be, I guess. Isn't that where Nelly is from, Memphis?
That would be in Tennessee, but I understand.
Nelly's from St. Louis.
Oh, he is? Okay. Who's from Memphis? Didn't Memphis have some people come out?
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard that before.
We need to do a little investigation on that. Good luck to everybody with that. But I was just saying, what are we? I'm just talking to human. I'm not even in a hip hop world. It's like, what are we planning on doing? Because it doesn't seem we're doing anything to fight the climate change. And the one thing that's going to happen is Mother Nature hasn't lost a fight ever. Mother Nature does not lose.
Okay.
Are we going to continue to perpetuate our own demise? Because when it gets to a certain point of heat, the systems are going to break down. They're going to break down. The AC is going to shut off. The electricity is going to shut down. The backup's going to shut down. And now you're going pure on Mother Nature.
What you were suggesting, Dre?
Mars.
I think if we get rid of these cars with gas and emissions, that would be a big thing. A very big thing. We don't need gas cars.
So we're going to get rid of all the cars. Wait. Hold. How are we going to do this? We're going to sell all the cars and buy electric cars?
You're going to have to. You almost at a no. You asked what we're going to do, and I'm telling you something, and then you're going to.
I'm trying to make sense of it. So you tell me, I'm
telling.
Well, let me finish. I and everybody else got to go get in debt to buy another car, install a charging station, raise the gas, raise your light bill, and also most of the generated plants that produce electricity run off of gas
okay, let me help you there, please. See, now you're doing hypothetical stuff. Most electric cars also run on solar panels, so you're not going to need.
Not enough.
See that? See,
not
okay.
Enough.
Keep with the bullshit. No,
enough. You got to pull in the Target and get your shit.
No, I can't, dude. You want to cut me off as I'm giving you the information. It's a worthless conversation.
I still drive. I go to Target all the time. They lined up deep as a motherfucker trying to get some gas. Get charged up, and it takes forever. It takes like an hour or 2 hours, depending on where your meter is. Yeah. It takes a minute to charge your car up. It ain't something you can do
on a road trip.
Lonzo, can anyone else get in here?
Let me finish.
Can I get in here, please?
I'm gonna let you in. I just left at 3:30. I was in Costco getting gas. I said, "Oh shit, I gotta do the show." I looked up, and it was it had to be at least about 50 cars in Costco. Costco always got a line, but Costco got 3 pumps per line. They got 12 pumps. Got 4 islands, 12 pumps. And I got through there. I got in and out of there in like 20 minutes. Okay, that's for gas. Unless they come up with a quick charging system for electric vehicles, that's gonna be a nightmare. Go ahead.
Okay, you won't let me. I don't even know. Oh, that's bullshit. I know what you're talking about because you haven't let the research happen, so you get the quick charge effect for your car, and you put the panels on your car. Then you wouldn't need to charge because the sun is beating on the panels. They have airplanes that fly with no gasoline with solar panels. You have too many flights in America around the globe that are contributing to global warming. You can't have 50,000 flights every other day and not think you're contributing to the heat index. You are. Everyone's gonna have to stop being so complacent on, I need to be convenient. It needs to be convenient. Well, then fry. Get yourself a big skillet and fry. That's what's gonna happen. You have to make adjustments to change the climate. Radical adjustments now. The warnings have been going out for 40 years. You're here.
All right.
Going to the gas station is the worst thing you can do because of the fumes you emit. When you put the hose in the tank, you stop it, take it out, fumes come out, which contribute to global warming.
Whatever they do, whether it be gas or electric, I want you to drive one of them motherfuckers. That's what I want you to do. I want you to drive.
You want me to drive?
I want you to drive that motherfucker.
No, they got a new one where they got the guy. You don't need anybody to drive. I just tell him what to do, and the car takes off.
I'm not getting them.
That is for real.
Oh no.
Road rage.
I mean, I don't want to get in that either.
I'm not getting that motherfucker.
I don't either.
Maximum overdrive.
But I tell you what I do see. What I do see a lot of those real talk is people are a lot of mechanics have come up with conversion kits to convert cars to electric cars. So
yeah, but that's all those things are possibility.
Yeah. I've seen guys to put electric motors in 63 Chevys, 57 Chevys, old trucks, whatever. And so there is a possibility.
You,
It just
you
right.
have to cut. You have to cut the emissions and the gas that's being expelled. We have to change everything. Everything we're doing is causing the problem. It just is. And the thing is, the
What?
more we keep saying, "Oh, well, the next generation," no, there will be no next generation.
Well, the next thing is cow farts contribute to just as much methane gas as a whole as
Yes,
cars. So we're gonna start eating beef too,
it's
right?
not. It's not a
Cow
joke. I'm
farts.
telling you.
Cow farts,
Is that why they're cloning meat now?
That's some fucked up shit.
No, no. It's called methane gas that they expel
Methane
from what they
gas,
eat.
cows fart like a son of a gun. And when you got
Yep.
a herd of cattle, they create it literally create a methane cloud in that area and mess up the air.
Yes, they
Something
do.
terrible. And that is a direct result of the beef industry. So that means in order for us to eliminate that, we got to eliminate beef. That's another major contributor. Huh? I'm not eating that.
Well, not. You know what? It's not so much just eliminating the cows and the beef. If you regulate and you bring it down, that the thing is, because of the way this world works, is that you're not going to get people to stop doing things because of what they make from it. It's the money that they make from it. Like Twitter wants to sue, what's the name, over the new Threads
Meta.
thing going on. Meta was it's just all this ridiculousness. We're not taking into consideration how we live as people. That's causing major problems. You have millions and millions and millions of people in one area. So if you spread cows out and break that cloud that he's talking about, you can still have cows, but you can't keep them in a huge 10,000 herd thing because it's causing this cloud. Convincing the beef industry how to do that, that's a big problem.
So which
Nobody wants to believe that.
you
Go
got
at the JRU.
10,000 cows take up a whole lot of land. And
But
unless
if you break them up into groups of 1,000 and separate them for miles and miles and miles, that dissipates the cloud.
then you're gonna increase the goddamn diesel fuel necessary to get them to the damn marketplace. That they're there for a reason.
See, you can't win this. There's no winning in this argument because we're greedy.
I'm just saying.
Then screw them.
I'm
Then
just
you
saying.
don't have cows. Kill them all. We don't
Oh
need
God.
cows. You don't really need beef.
No,
It's,
all
we're
right. You don't
talking
have
about the cattle industry, also as well as the oil industry. It ain't gonna happen. Those are some big industries to say cut it out. I mean, because that couldn't even be done with the tobacco industry. The tobacco industry,
But you know how you say that so easily,
and
Bernadette?
everything.
Bernadette, what's the choice? Keep the cattle and the oil going or fry? Tell me which one we vote.
Dre, the
Burn up?
tobacco industry had lawsuits about smoking causing cancer and stuff, but they put warning labels on and kept them on the shelf. Nothing's changed. You got tobacco, cigarettes, snuff, and cigars.
What's comparing
That's how
apples and
that'll go.
oranges here, Bernadette?
It's put on.
Bernadette,
It's going to be put on the people. It'll be put on the people.
Bernadette, we're talking about the temperature of the planet. So what? I don't care if you got if the planet goes up in smoke, does a label matter?
I'm just saying the nature of the beast.
Point.
I'm just talking about the nature of the beast.
Well, then, you know what?
The nature of the
Shimon.
beast with the Shimon.
Shimon. I don't know what to say. But anyway, looking at the brighter side of things.
Oh, shit. Go ahead. Keep talking. We only got 5 minutes.
I was saying, looking at the brighter side of things, I hope we cool down in the next week or so because we're melting over here. AC or not, you step outside, you're melting.
All right.
Oh, and by the way, that white party that y'all talked about, go research it and look it up at the pictures, Lonzo. A lot of people are speaking about it being kind of like an initiation, a boy initiation, a buck breaking initiation white party that Michael Rubin threw. Because there's a lot of groping and hugging going on there.
Michael Rubin?
Yeah, white party in the Hamptons.
Well, back in the day, Russell Simmons used to throw that party. Back in the day, I mean, I know a whole bunch of people. I've been to those things before, but now it's so vogue. Everybody races out to the Hamptons to be a part of it. Leonardo DiCaprio was there with no mask and no hat. I guess, we live
Dre,
in such
we should have talked about Russell's wife and his daughters on his Father's Day. We should have talked about that.
I thought we did last week.
We
Did
sure
you?
did. She
Yeah,
was
yeah.
she was in and out last week.
I mean, 2 weeks ago for Father's Day, we talked about that. Yes, we did.
Look like everybody was there.
And the thing is, again, we're becoming victims of our own demise. It's just I don't, because it's not just us in the United States. Beijing, China was at 104. Portugal in Spain was 115 today. In India, in 2 different cities, it was almost 120 degrees. Yeah, I mean, we keep going. Y'all keep throwing up the stuff and acting like we're doing anything. Okay. I got the Canadian fire that's going to be with us until September. Over 10,000 acres of fire and smoke.
So what now?
I have the Canadian fires like they had in California a year ago.
Oh yeah.
We have the Canadian is burning and they can't put it out. And it's at a high situation. Oh, did you ever hear something interesting? Did you ever hear this thing called ghost forests?
No.
A ghost forest is when the salt water levels are so high that they go into the forest and it chokes the forest out, and then nothing can grow there because there's salt water in the ground. Salt water is not good to put fires out.
Okay.
Who spelled my name right? Thank you. Happy Friday to you too. I appreciate it. All right. On that note, I will say
Who
see y'all
said your
later.
name right?
Thank you, chat. In the chat. I love them.
Thank you, chat room.
All right, Miss B. Don't melt, baby.
I'm gonna try my best not to.
Cross over your right shoulder at all times. You tell your sugar daddy Lonzo said he appreciated him paying the bill because you had a good
Can
connection.
I recycle sugar daddies?
Keep whoever paying the bill right now and keeping you on in a good picture with a good connection, keep him, okay? Keep him for every Friday.
That's the connect. That's the sugar daddy connect we want.
I don't care what he do on Fridays, Thursdays, and Fridays.
You cannot say yes. You do care.
I don't know what he do on Friday and Saturday, but Friday at 4 o'clock, as long as he got the bill right, because your connection is great, your picture is great, your sound, your mouth, and everything is matching up perfectly. I'll tell Lonzo appreciate him. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
I am not talking to you, Lonzo.
All right. Make my show look a lot better. You don't miss it. Peace, baby. Dr. Dre.
Yes, sir.
Chat room. They're in the house. I see my man Marlon, Broken Home. Dusty's in the building.
Hey, Dusty.
Derek Mallory. Dominique Mayweather, I believe it is. Dominique Mayweather. Easy Steve. Broken Home. I said him already. D Young. All the usual suspects. Much love to all you. I hope you have a great weekend. Dr. Dre, say goodbye.
Burn, Andre, burn. Disco Inferno. All
right.
Goodbye.
I tried. Anyway, folks, this is Lonzo, the Godfather, West Coast Hip Hop, with my man Dr. Dre and Miss B. Legendary Connects. Do it every Friday, y'all, 4 o'clock, somewhere around there. Most time on time. But in the meantime, y'all have a good one. Peace.